Hi guys, I'm so excited to be teaching you again today. Before we get started, I'd like to go over what we talked about last time. We talked a lot about MyPlate in our last class and about the different food groups and the functions that they do for our bodies. Each of these food groups plays a crucial role in healthy body growth and development. Remember the deficiencies we talked about last time? All the vitamins we can eat can be found in these food groups, and they each provide an essential role in giving our bodies what it needs to be healthy and strong. Today we're going to be talking about one specific group. This group is the fruit group. Hopefully you enjoy eating fruit and you have a few favorites that you like to eat for snack and with your different meals. Remember the importance of eating half of your plate with fruits and vegetables for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and even snack. These two food groups give us the most vitamins and minerals that our body needs to remain healthy and strong. Today we're going to begin with a fun experiment. This experiment will be testing the acidity of different fruits. Too much acidity can be bad for your bodies. Too much acidity is very bad for your teeth. But fruits can give us so many vitamins, which is why we should be eating fruits in moderation. Let's test some of these awesome fruits and see how much acidity is in each of them. You can tell how acidic something is by where it lies on the pH scale. A pH scale tells you if something is basic or acidic. Water is about in the middle. It is a 7. Now the neutral is neither basic or acidic. We can test this by using cabbage juice. I just boiled some cabbage and you can see it left me with a purple liquid. Now cabbage has a chemical in it called anthocyanine. Anthocyanine is a chemical that changes color in the presence of basic items or acidic items. So we're going to be testing some different fruits juices to see how acidic they are. Now before we get started with this, let's have a little experiment to see how this works. So I have in this cup some cabbage juice. This is my control. And I have some baking soda and some vinegar. Now, I'm sure you're familiar with the interaction these have together, but vinegar is a very acidic liquid and baking soda is very basic, which is why when you put them together, you see a chemical reaction. Now, when I add some of this vinegar to my cabbage juice, you will see it change color. This is because the anthocyanine is changing colors in the presence of acidity. Let's watch this happen. I'm adding some vinegar and you can see it quickly changed to a pinkish reddish color. This tells me that this liquid is very acidic. Now let's do the opposite and see what basic looks like. I'm gonna rinse my syringe and add some baking soda to this separate container of cabbage juice, and let's see what happens here. It might be kind of hard to see on the camera, but it turned a blue color, so it went from purple to blue. And the reason that this took place, there was a chemical reaction here, and we can see that this is a basic solution now. Let's take a closer look at my different fruit juices and let's see which of these is most acidic and least acidic. Okay, I have my different juices right along here. We'll talk in a second about what these juices are, what type of fruit juice they are. But for now, take a look at our vinegar solution. I'll set off to the side. We can see how red this is. So this is proof of acidity and how basic this solution is. See how blue it is, blue it is compared to this purple. Hopefully you can see it. All right, so I'm gonna set these off to the side so we can reference these. Basic and then acidity. And then this is our control right here, the plain cabbage juice. So I'm going to start with my first liquid, and this is lemon juice. So we're gonna add this to our cabbage juice and see what reaction we get. Here we go. You see that? Very pink, very, very pink. So what does that tell us? It tells us lemon juice is very acidic. We have the same reaction that we saw with the vinegar in our first reaction. You can see the difference in those ones right there. All right, next I have some tomato juice. Now tomatoes we talked about last time. Is it a vegetable? Is it a fruit? It really depends on who you ask. A gardener qualifies something as a fruit based on where the seeds lie, versus in cooking, we would usually would put this in a vegetable group just by the way it tastes and what it contains. But is it acidic or is it basic? Let's add it to our cabbage juice and see. Swish that around. See that? You can see the seeds floating, kind of gross. But this is a very acidic solution, right? Not quite as acidic as our other two liquids that we compared. You can see those, well, I'll hold them up in just a sec so you can see a closer view. But it is not quite as acidic as the others. It's not as bright pink, but it definitely has some acidity when you're comparing it to the blue and the purple liquid. All right, next I have some seltzer water. I just had this at my house and thought it might be cool to see what this one is too. It obviously isn't in the fruit group, but we can see that there is some acidity to it as it turned our purple color versus the blue. Okay, next we have some 100% apple grape juice. So let's see what happens when we add this to our solution. Again, we see the acidity. When we compare this to our lemon juice, we can see it's not quite as acidic, but it definitely is acidic compared to our basic solution. All right, next let's do orange juice, and I just squeezed this right from an orange, so nice fresh orange juice. What do you think here, acidic or basic? Acidic. Not as acidic as lemon juice, but as you probably guessed, there is acidity in orange. And in orange, that's what gives it that tart taste. Next, we have some strawberry juice. Let's see if I can get more of this. I just squished the strawberry up. And like you're probably not surprised to see, we also have another acidic solution here from the purple color. And last, we also have something that isn't a fruit, but I tried some Alka-Seltzer. Now, Alka-Seltzer is an antacid, so when you have heartburn or your stomach hurts, this is something that you would take. Now, let's see what happens when we add this to our cabbage juice. Our hypothesis would probably tell us it would turn blue, right? It should be a basic solution if it's going to counteract the acid in your stomach. Let's see. And sure enough, it has a little purple tint to it, so it is more acidic than our baking soda. You see our baking soda turned a really, really dark blue, and baking soda is really far to the right on a pH scale. It's a very, very basic. So when we compare it to that, we do have some acidity compared to our baking soda. But now when we look at all of our different solutions here, we can see there's a wide variety of colors, which tells us that the acidity is different in different fruits and in some other solutions that we tried as well. So we can see that lemon juice, our first one right here, is the most acidic because it turned the brightest color of red, versus our baking soda clear over here on the other side of the pH scale. Pretty fascinating, right? There's so many fun experiments that you can try at home, and we'll talk about how you can recreate this at home with liquids you have lying around the house. This is a really fun and simple experiment that you can do at home. In order to make this indicator, we just add some red cabbage. I got a red cabbage at the store, it was about $1. Slice it into 8 pieces, put it in a pot, covered it with water, and let it boil for like 5 or 6 minutes. After it cools down, you have your indicator. What happens is the water leaches out the anthocyanide in that cabbage and turns it into an indicator that will change color in the presence of acidity or basicity. Then you can taste, or you can test, not taste, you can test the different liquids around your house to see if they're more acidic or if they're more basic. Good luck and happy experimenting. Hopefully you enjoyed seeing that experiment. Acidity is a fascinating thing to me. Just seeing what it can do to cabbage juice, imagine the impact it has on your body. Acidity is very good for your body to an extent. Too much cannot be good for you, especially for your teeth. You might have had a dentist tell you that you shouldn't be eating too much acidic foods like chewing on lemons. I've had a dentist tell me that before. Too much acidity, not good for your body, but having the right amount can help protect your body and prevent your body from developing illnesses. Another thing that fruits have in them is vitamins, and vitamin C is a crucial one. A lot of our citrus foods have a lot of acidity and they also have a lot of vitamin C. There is definitely a correlation here in protecting your body. Vitamin C keeps your body from getting sick and developing certain deficiencies like scurvy that we talked about last time. Remember those disgusting pictures and what happens to your body if it's lacking certain types of vitamins? Vitamins are so important for your body to grow and develop properly and prevent deficiencies from taking place, which is why the USDA recommends that half of your plate has fruits and vegetables on them. Fruits and vegetables contain a lot of these crucial vitamins and they can help your body to stay strong and healthy. Now, along with vitamins, fruits also contain a very crucial component, water. Did you ever think how much water is in your body? 60 to 80% of your body contains water. It is so important to stay hydrated, which is why we'll talk about the importance of water throughout this next year in different classes. One way we can stay hydrated is getting your intake of fruit. Fruit has a lot of water in it. Think specifically of watermelon. It's called watermelon because a huge component in watermelon is water. You can keep your body healthy by drinking water and eating these fruits to get that hydration that comes along with the vitamins, minerals, and all the important nutrients that you get when you eat fruits. There's lots of different ways you can increase your fruit intake each day. Yes, of course, you can eat a banana for lunch and an orange for snack or for breakfast, but there are lots of other ways you can make fruit more exciting and more interesting. One way is by drinking 100% fruit juice. Now you'll notice on the front of my container this 100% symbol. What that means is there is no added sugar. Now sugar is important for your body. Too much sugar is not good for your body, but the proper amount helps your body to function properly. Fruit is very, very healthy for your body, and it also contains natural sugar. Natural sugar gives your body the sugar it needs without the added chemicals and harsh effects of eating added sugar. If you go to the store and walk down the juice aisle, you'll see tons of different juices from different types of brands to different flavors, combined flavors, separate flavors. There are so many juices to choose from, aisles at the grocery store. But a lot of these juices do not have this 100% logo on the front of them. What does that mean? Added sugar, added flavors, and added chemicals. If you're trying to get more fruit in your body, the best way to do it through juice is 100% juice. This makes sure that you're not getting those added components that do not provide nutrition for your body. Other ways you can increase your fruit intake: smoothies. You can add fruit to different things like bread, like banana bread or cranberry bread, raisin in your oatmeal. There are so many ways that you can increase your fruit intake, and with all the benefits, why not focus on this? Getting the right amount of fruit is important, and how we can tell this is by measuring, if you have a measuring cup laying around. If you remember our symbol, we use our index finger and our thumb to pretend like we're picking grapes off of a vine. 1.5 cups is all you need, and that really is such a small amount and easy to do each day. Now, if you're not familiar with cup measurements, if you don't do a lot of baking, this probably isn't very familiar to you, but I'm sure you're all familiar with a baseball. A baseball is about 1 cup measurement. So when you're eating your fruit, imagine if it is about the size and feel of a baseball. Now, fruit can come in all sizes, and depending on the time of year that they are harvested, they come in different sizes. If you're eating an apple, if it is about the size of a baseball, then you're getting about 1 cup of fruit. If it is a small apple or a large apple, then you can compare it to your baseball. This is also true when you're eating things like strawberries and blueberries, grapefruit. All of them can come in different sizes. So imagining a baseball when you're thinking about portion sizes can help you better understand how much it needs to be. Make sure you're making an effort to get fruit in your body. There are so many benefits to doing this. Up next, we're going to make a healthy recipe with lots of different colors. Remember that more colors means more vitamins, so you should try to eat a variety of colors to get a variety of vitamins in your body each day. After we finish our recipe, we're going to do a fun activity in the classroom. Let's make this recipe. Up next, we'll be making our healthy recipe. For today, we will be making a homemade fruit salad. Maybe you've made this before at your house. There's lots of different ways you could do this recipe. Today, I'll be using fresh fruits, but you also could use dried fruit like raisins, frozen fruit, even canned fruit would work. If you do choose to use canned fruit, make sure you drain in the sink and rinse it off so it gets all the added sugar off of that fruit, and it also makes it not so soupy. Remember when you're making this fruit salad to try to get a rainbow of colors. Eating a rainbow of colors not only looks pretty, but it also gives you lots of vitamins. Remember, a variety of colors means a variety of vitamins. So today I will be using purple grapes, red raspberries, and green apples. So we'll start with a bowl. If you want to make a larger dish, maybe for a family or a group of friends, you would want to use more ingredients and a bigger bowl to mix. So I started off cutting my grapes in half. I love seeing the inside of fruits. You get to see a whole different perspective, especially grapes. They look purple or green on the outside, but on the inside, they're almost an opaque looking color, and you can see the tiny little seeds in the center. So to cut these grapes, you just pick them off the vine. Make sure you rinse these off to get any germs that are harboring on those fruits. And then you're gonna slice it in half. And you can use a butter knife or any type of knife will be strong enough to cut through the grapes. So I'm gonna place those in my bowl, a couple handfuls. And then I'm going to add a handful of raspberries. Another few great fruits that taste delicious in this are bananas and mango. Pineapple's another good one. You really can be creative with whatever you have at your house. And last, we'll be using some green apples. So apples, you obviously need a sharper knife to cut these. But how I like to cut an apple, you just slice it right in half, and then you can lay it right down on its side, and then it's not rocking all over and you're slicing your finger. So you just slice like this, right along the apple. And in the center, we still have the seeds, but you'll see that they're only in a few of my slices, so I can just turn it now on its side and slice off that seeded center. Easy enough. Now you have apple slices. For this recipe, I'm going to cube the apples. So I'm just gonna slice them another slice on the center and then just chop those right into cubes. Just like that. Easy enough. Little bite-sized apple cubes. And then I'm going to put those into my bowl. Now the thing I really like about this recipe is you can put as much or as little as you like. For instance, bananas aren't my favorite fruit. I like them, but not a lot of them. So when I add bananas to my fruit salad, I cut them really small and I add less bananas than I would other fruits. So you can be as creative as you like here. Now for the topping, we're going to add some yogurt. You can be very imaginative in what yogurt you decide and make different combinations to go well with your fruit. So I have apples, grapes, and raspberries, so I decided to do a strawberry yogurt. Vanilla or peach yogurt would also be really good with this combination. You can kind of play with it and see which tastes the best. Now for a single serving, you'll use probably about half of this size of yogurt. If you're making a larger dose, you would want to use more yogurt, maybe a few containers. And then I'm just gonna mix it right up. If you wanted to add a little crunchy bite, you could add some sliced almonds or maybe some granola to the top. There's lots of different ways that you could invent and create here. Okay, and simple as that. You have your very own fruit salad. Lots of colors, lots of vitamins, and a healthy body. Up next, we'll be doing a PE activity outside with the PE teacher. Let's get these instructions and head outside. For your class activity today, we will be playing Fruit Pictionary. The PE teacher has a small whiteboard, marker, eraser, and a bag with different types of fruit cards. These fruit food cards are all including fruit in some way. They may say star fruit, or they may be a food that contains fruit, like a blueberry muffin or strawberry shortcake, a banana blueberry smoothie. You must draw on the whiteboard clues to help your class guess what food you are thinking of. They must guess it exactly, and remember, there is no talking. You can nod your head yes, nod your head no, but no words can be said or written on the whiteboard. Good luck, have fun, and teach your family about the importance of eating colorful fruits in your home. See you next time. Goodbye. For your activity today, we're going to be doing Fruit Pictionary. This is a fun game that we'll play in the classroom, and the PE teacher will have a whiteboard and a marker. What you will do, you will each take turns pulling a fruit card out of the bag. Once you get your fruit card, you will draw the picture on the whiteboard and let your class guess. The first person to guess what this fruit food is will be the next up to draw and play their Pictionary turn. I'll give you an example. Now, when it is my turn to go, I cannot talk, I cannot give any clues about what I'm drawing. I can nod my head yes, shake my head no, but I cannot use any words on the board or out of my mouth. So any guesses what this might be? It might take a little guessing. I can cross out, I can draw, I can nod and shake my head, but I cannot write words and I cannot say them. So hopefully you're able to guess maybe a blueberry muffin. I don't know. Hopefully you're a better artist than I am. Good luck with this game, and I will see you next class, and we will talk more about another My Plate food group. Eat healthy and stay healthy. Goodbye.